Our next fabulous guest started her career as a painter and a magician's assistant, but has since gone on to become one of Australia's most exciting new writing talents. Loraine Peck is the author of The Second Son, which won the 2021 Ned Kelly Award for Best Debut Crime Fiction from the Australian Crime Writers Association. I can't wait to hear all about her next creative endeavours. Please give a very warm welcome to the brilliant Loraine Peck. How are you? It's great to have you on the show. Oh, sweet. Wow, interesting journey from being sawn in half on stage to now writing crime. Tell us how all this came about.
Well, I think there are some similarities between being a magician's assistant and being a crime thriller author, because both are about distraction and subterfuge. So as an assistant, a magician's assistant, I would be distracting the audience in some way. Look over here, look over here. And as a crime writer, you're sort of doing the same thing when you're writing a book. You're trying to lead the reader down a couple of false paths so they don't guess who's the killer too quickly. You've got to take them on a journey. So subterfuge, I think.
Yes, distraction.
Distraction.
And what is your creative process? Where do you get your ideas from?
A lot of my ideas come from my life and some of the things I've done, and particularly the men I've been married to, interestingly. I think I'm attracted to bad boys. So I have had some experiences that really impacted my book, The Second Son, and inspired some of the characters. But when it comes to writing fiction, you do have to just kind of see it unfolding in front of you as you're writing. And I'm one of those people. Does this happen to you? You know, when someone's driving you, you're not driving. Someone's driving you on a really twisty, windy road up a steep hill. So it's a big, steep cliff there. Do you imagine the car going off? I do. Yeah. Right?
I hope it doesn't, but yes, I'm like, oh.
I imagine it. Yeah, I'm always imagining these crazy things happening. Yeah, so I have to sometimes shut my eyes and shut down my imagination, because it's that wild imagination that helps me write crime thrillers.
Amazing. No, I mean, I must admit, when we go a bit close, I'm like, oh, eyes on the road.
Eyes on the road.
You can see it happening, but you don't, of course, want it to.
No, exactly.
You worked in many different locations around the world, US, Asia, Middle East. What's taken you on such a vast journey, Loraine?
Well, I was very lucky towards the end of my corporate career to work for a global real estate agency who had offices all over the world, and I was their go-to retail expert. So whenever they were building a big retail precinct, I would be sort of flown in to help with the leasing and launching of that, staffing it, etc. So I did that in Dubai. So every month I would spend a week in Dubai, or a week in Macau, or a week in Singapore every month. So I was always flying around the world, business class, I might add, which was really nice.
Not too bad.
It was a lot of fun, actually. But too much flying can be not as glamorous as you think it is.
Yes, it
but
can
it
be
was
quite
fun.
exhausting.
Yeah,
absolutely. And you've worn many hats. What's the superpower, do you think, that you bring to each role?
I've been thinking about this. I think I'm very driven. I want to do my best for everything that I do. And my career's grown really organically, just kind of doing my best. And then someone will ask me to step up into something new. And because, you know, I left school as a high school student and didn't have any formal tertiary education. So everything I've done, I've learned on the street. Just learning as I go, and I'm always doing my best. So is that ambition? It's sort of a bit of a dirty word for women to say I'm ambitious.
Yes.
They sound like they're aggressive and
Yes.
so on. But I think I am ambitious. I think I'm driven, and I think I'm driven to do my best. So that's what I do.
Yes.
And I manifest. I'm very good at manifesting.
Yes. Now, how good's that?
Yeah.
How good's the manifesting?
I love it.
Oh, honestly, I never used to do it. I probably never trusted it. And then I thought, I'm just going to go all in here and see if I can manifest X, Y, and Z. I'm like, oh, and it happened. I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep doing this.
It's amazing.
I call myself a grounded woo-woo.
Yes. So maybe that's our superpower.
Yes, maybe it is.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And mentors. Who have been your mentors? Who inspires you?
I have 2 girlfriends who are incredibly inspiring. Maz Farrelly, who runs she's a keynote speaker.
Yes.
And she's a brilliant coach for me. And also my darling best friend, Sharon Elliott Dunn, who is a life coach. And she started to learn how to be a life coach when I was learning how to be an author. And she would coach me and I would coach her. And then Maz and Sharon and we all coach each other, and we just support each other. We are our own biggest cheerleaders. And we each have different skills that we bring to the table. But they're my mentors.
Oh, and it's so important to have that tight circle of people that can support you. Yeah, that's amazing. And your book, The Second Son, won the Ned Kelly Award. You need to take us through that journey, because that is, firstly, congratulations. Give her a round of applause. That is absolutely brilliant. Take us through that journey.
Something I prepared earlier. Something I prepared earlier. Yeah, the second son, I wrote it while I was, I'd just been diagnosed with ovarian cancer.
Oh.
And I started this writing course, the first draft writing course with the Writer's Studio. And I was really thankful that I had that to do while I was going through that journey. So during the first draft course, I wrote the first draft of this book.
Wow.
And then I did a second writing course out of London online, the same one Jane Harper did, and Curtis Brown course. And at the end of that course, you have the opportunity to show your first, your opening to the agents there. And Alice Lutchins, who's Jane Harper's agent, said, I want to represent you. So she helped me with more drafts of the book. And then before I knew it, I was sitting in front of HarperCollins and Text Publishing, and trying to decide which publisher I should go with. And I went with Text. And then there's more redrafts and more redrafts. And then finally, this was published last year.
Congratulations!
So, the last draft. I have to tell you about the last draft. I was diagnosed with breast cancer. So, this book, kind of first draft, ovarian cancer, last draft, breast cancer. It's my lucky charm because it got me through both of those. Yeah. So.
Wow. That's amazing. I'm so lucky to have been gifted a copy of your lucky charm. Thank you. What are you working on at the moment?
The sequel is called The Double Bind. It's coming out in April next year.
Okay.
Yeah. So this book is about a crime family in Western Sydney. Loosely, Johnny Novak, the protagonist, the main character, is based on my husband, who's Croatian. So it's a Croatian crime family, because he was left school at 14. He was dyslexic and he was absolutely going to be a criminal, and in fact was. But he pulled himself out of that and became a successful businessman instead. And my first husband was actually a career criminal. He was you do
like the naughty boys.
I know. He was the linchpin between the Sinaloan cartel and the Boston Mafia. But when I met him, he was retiring from that. And he was my first husband. So he really informed the character of Amy Novak, who's Johnny Novak, the second son's wife. And she's a nice middle-class girl who just happened to fall in love with a gangster. So that's kind of how this story unfolds. Their world implodes when the first son is gunned down in the street, and the second son, Johnny, has to step up and take revenge. So the second book is the sequel to this one.
Gosh, Can you not see this being a movie? It sounds amazing. I can't wait to read it. Now, getting noticed in the publishing industry is not an easy thing. So you seem to be in the right room, but what advice would you maybe give to others?
Well, firstly, you've got to write the book.
Yes.
So do courses. They're fabulous. The first draft writing course with the Writer's Studio in Sydney, you can do it online. That's how I did it. I'd recommend that really highly because writing your first draft of a book is the hardest thing and they kind of hold you by the hand.
Yes.
And so do the courses, get the book ready, and then send it to agents who you do some research on. So there are lots of great literary agencies in Australia. Go through them, find the agent that speaks to you and write a pitch letter and send your book off. And also enter your book in unpublished manuscript prizes. Wow. Now, Jane Harper entered her first book, The Dry, in the Victorian Premier's Unpublished Manuscript Award and won it.
Oh, wow.
So then she got the agent and the publishing deal, which was really smart. So look for those prizes too. Yeah.
That's fabulous. That's so great. Well done. And so you've got when's the next book coming out for you?
April
next year.
Yeah.
Fantastic. How exciting. Oh, that's fantastic. Give her a round of applause. I've got some fun questions for you now as we wrap up. So we have a section called Time Out. This segment is a travel section. A lot of people have obviously been bursting to get out during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And you've travelled a lot.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you some really quick, fast, fun questions, all right?
I'm ready.
So now you win the lottery tomorrow. Where are you travelling first?
The Greek islands.
Okay, why?
Because I haven't been since I was 18.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What is your favourite aspect about travelling?
Sitting on a balcony somewhere overlooking the sea with my husband and saying, how good is this?
Look what we manifested.
Yeah.
What is the weirdest food you've ever tried while travelling?
It would have to be fried grasshoppers in Mexico.
Okay. I was
crunchy.
Hungry, but I'm now not.
They're kind of crunchy.
Okay?
Yeah, they were really fried quite hard, so they were just crunchy and a bit hot and spicy.
Okay. What are your signs of being a travel addict?
The desire to pack a suitcase every 3 weeks still really hits me because I was doing that every 3 weeks in my working life. And now when I reach that 3-week point, I go,
where am I going?
Where can we go? We go on a road trip. Go anywhere. Yeah.
For me, I think it'd be leaving the bag packed in the corner of the room, washing it on the next holiday, ready to go and walk out the door.
Yes.
Have you ever hitchhiked?
Yes.
If not, would you? You have. Oh, okay. Tell us about that.
I grew up on the northern beaches of Sydney and we had a really terrible bus service, so we all hitchhiked. And our way of remaining safe was to put a rock in our handbags.
Oh.
Right, so you're 15 and you've told your mum and dad that you're staying at a friend's place, and then you go down to Newport Arms instead, and you have to hitch. Oh God! And of course, one of my friends, Trudy Adams, went missing. She was a friend of mine. So remember her, Trudy Adams? Anyway, that stopped that. I stopped after that.
Oh my gosh! Okay, yep, good plan.
Yes.
Choose one famous person or celebrity to travel with.
Ooh, this is tricky.
Who would you travel with? Famous.
Nelson Mandela would be fun.
Yeah?
Yeah, you'd get a lot of wisdom from him, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going with him.
Okay. Have you ever flown first class?
Yes. Once. Coming back from Kuala Lumpur, we couldn't, because it was nearly Christmas time. I was travelling with one of my colleagues from work, and we couldn't get on any other flights. We had to come back first class Malaysian Airlines to Sydney, and that was hilarious. They offered us champagne and caviar, and then we just kept asking for more and more.
Free supply, keep it coming.
We were really obnoxious.
Oh,
yeah.
What's your favourite city out of all the ones you've been to?
Praiano.
It's
not a city; it's a tiny little town near Positano.
Oh, now you're talking my language.
Yeah.
Okay.
put myself back there like that.
Okay, I need to know about that one.
Yeah.
And what would you do if you didn't have to work?
Well, I kind of got my dream job now because I'm a writer. I can go anywhere I want and write. So
that's true.
I kind of already am living my best life, travelling again soon.
Yes.
But even just between Sydney and the Gold Coast, because I flip between.
Yes.
I'm already living my dream, I think.
Love it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's give it up for Lorraine Peck. Thank you so much for being on our show. Absolutely brilliant.
It's never too late to become a cover girl. We're looking for incredible women to be profiled in our upcoming issue of Feminescence magazine. Share your story with an international audience, unlock new opportunities, inspire a new network of supporters. It's time to back yourself. We can't wait to hear about the magic that is you. Visit feminescence.com.au to find out more. Come on, what are you waiting for? Carpe diem, girlfriend.